a few of us here, and you'll hear presentations sort of towards the end of the week especially. We would like to offer our services to you, but in order to do so, you need to know what you want. And this presentation is about trying to help you work out exactly what you're asking for and the steps that you need to take before coming out and asking for a registry solution provider, or in fact, doing it yourself. I should say, as a sponsor as well, I got asked a few times, we threw a few little goodies in with the bags. If you can work out what they're for, that's part of the challenge. But they're screen cleaners and brushes, in case you wanted to know. Thank you. Okay, so just so you don't think that I'm up here because I paid enough money to, and I'm actually just a printer by trade or a plumber. My name is Adrian Kinderis. I'm the CEO of AusRegistry International. We consult globally on APTLD operations. We offer registry software. We do enum, and there's our address. That's the advertisement part out of the way. I'm happy to take questions as we go, by the way. So please feel free to interrupt. Just remember, we've got a quick time we've got to get through. I always start with this whenever I do this presentation. All of you out there that are TLD managers, and I love this piece from Centre, TLD managers are the trustees, which is a great word, for the delegated domain and have a duty to serve the community. This is probably step one. Why is that doing that to me?
Because you're too loud.
I'm too loud, am I? You know what? I've probably been told that a few times before. I'll put it down a little bit though.
Possibly interference with the other mic.
Oh, good one.
Is this on?
Okay, can everyone hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. So I guess the idea of that is for us to remember, as stage one, step one, we are here to serve our internet community. Okay? So the choice of our registry solution will be affected by many things. We're going to talk about all these very, very quickly today. It's going to sound complicated. It's going to sound complex. It is. There is no denying it. Okay? So please, I guess, feel free to come and nag me about it. All of the other solution providers will all think along the same lines as what I am and should be able to answer some of the questions also. I think, Maggie, we're going to give some handouts if this is all too quick as we're going through. And I strongly suggest when we do have the session on Saturday for the registry solutions providers, we're not doing a presentation, I should say, but take along this presentation with you if you can and ask the questions of these guys to make sure that they can do this for you. Okay? So a few things here. So we're affected by our legacy model, local laws, size of space. We're going to go into all this as we go through. So our experiences, AusRegistry International's experiences. A few key things to start off with. Number one, let's make sure we communicate with our stakeholders. Our stakeholders are the government. Our stakeholders are end users, registrars, internet bodies within our country, people outside of our country. And as I say, invite the internet using public to participate in this process. It's a complicated one and it impacts everybody. It is critical infrastructure, let's not forget that. When we start talking about the resources we have internally within our organisations, we can't be too careful here. It is critical infrastructure. Don't rush the process. Make sure you allow enough time to go through this. You're not trying to rush an RFP to get it out in 2 weeks' time because you want to get something up and running. It's going to come back and hurt you in the long run. Come to forums like this. You're obviously already adhering to this because you can draw upon the experiences of others that have been through it. And I think the next two presentations, Don, are from guys that have just gone through this process. So listen carefully to them. And work out what's right for you. Not what's right because it seems like everybody else is doing it. Okay, a couple of key things here. If you didn't realise this, probably shouldn't be sitting in the room. Won't bother going through it too much. But the internet is it's catching on. I think there might be some money in it, folks. Okay, so registry solutions and their application, the key word here is in the local environment must be considered. How we're using our registry within our local environment for our local internet using public, and indeed for the greater internet using public. Planning for the future is important. Future-proofing our design, our hopes, where we want to go. Is it going to be IDNs coming along? Are there going to be, is there DNSSEC? Is our registry solution provider going to help us out with all this? Or is the solution we're building ourselves going to be appropriate and adequate? We need to remember about the future. Key, there is no one single solution model that can be applied to everybody. Right? There's no one size fits all. We must take into consideration our local and personal requirements. Okay, so I've tried to structure this in some sort of way, and we'll really step through this, but each one of these steps are very, very complicated, okay, and are very in-depth. But hopefully we'll sort of skim the surface and get you thinking about it today. And when you do think about it, we had some excellent presentations here about IDNs. Every one of you